What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Modern Philosopher. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe because I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers by the end of June. Okay, so guys, help me. Go ahead and hit the like button. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the topic. And as always, share with your friends and family because I think it's important we all help each other figure out the answers to life's biggest questions. So today I'm going to be talking about honesty, okay? I think I made a video on this in the past, but I want to kind of expand on this topic today about honesty and more importantly, honesty with yourself, okay? One of the best ways to grow as an individual is to understand your limitations and your strengths, okay? Things that you're good at versus things that you need to work on. And the best way to accurately pinpoint your limitations is by having some authentic criticism, some genuine criticism. And oftentimes this criticism comes from outside sources. Now, a lot of us don't like being criticized. We don't like people telling us that there's something that we're not good at or that there is something wrong with us because it kind of feels like they're poking fun at us. They're trying to belittle us. They're making fun of us. They're, trying to bruise our ego. And oftentimes, our ego is what actually stands in the way of our progress because we don't like to admit that we do need to work on certain things. There's this big push in our society today that says everybody is perfect, everyone is beautiful, everyone is a 10, but then it's also kind of funny because you hear the same people that say everyone's perfect, everyone's a 10, those same people turn around and say, but there's always room to improve. Those are two contradictory statements. If you're perfect, then that means there's no room to improve, don't get caught up in that. What I mean by self-honesty is a real, genuine analysis of who you are. And the best way to do this is not just to have you focus on yourself, but like I said, have other people that are close to you, that know your ins and outs, and that are willing to tell you the truth regardless of how it affects your relationship with them. They're gonna be honest with you. You have to go to these people and ask them, hey, listen, what can I work on? I think there's this, I forget his name, but there was this motivational speaker that I was listening to a while back, and he said that he got recruited to this D1 college, right? And he thought it was going to be easy coasting. He gets there, his freshman year doesn't really do much, right? And he goes to his dad, and his dad says, "Listen, I didn't see you playing on the court." And the kid says, "Hey, well, Dad, the coach is going to put in who he puts in. It's not my fault." And the dad says, yeah, you're right, but he's going to put in who he puts in based on what he sees in practice. And what you show him in practice is showing him that you do not want to play. So the guy went to the coach and he said, "Coach, what can I do to get to the NBA?" And the coach said, "Well, you got to work on X, Y, and Z." And he did. And he ended up getting more playing time his sophomore year. His junior year, I think he said he was the number 5 or 6, sixth man in the nation as far as NCAA basketball. All right. And it got so much to his senior year that he went to his coach and said, "Hey, listen, what can I do in the NBA to get into the NBA?" And his coach, showed him. You see, what he did was he didn't put his pride in front of him. He didn't say, "I'm already talented. I'm already good enough. I don't need to improve." He sought advice. He sought out people who were going to be honest with him and tell him what he needed to work on so that he can get to where he wants to get to. A lot of us are not doing that. We have a lot of yes men in our lives that are telling us what we want to hear, but not what we need to hear. And the problem with always hearing what you want to hear is that what you want to hear is not going to put you where you want to be in the future, right? I can have somebody, a friend of mine, come and tell me, "Hey, Simon, you're perfect the way you are. Don't feel bad because you're feeling down today. Don't get too caught up on that. You're perfect the way you are." That kind of mindset will never help me get there, right? Another story I'll tell you guys. It was a story of a guy. He was talking to his friend, and he was telling about this date that he went on with a girl. Just kind of obliterated him. Just told him, "Hey, listen, you're not the guy." And he goes to his friend, and she says, "Oh, any girl will be lucky to have you, yada yada yada." And he tells her, he's like, "Look, I don't need you to make me feel good. I need you to tell me what's wrong." So he calls up his boy. His boy's like, "Look, man, you gotta work on this. You gotta work on that. You gotta work on this, and that will help you get where you want to get to." Honesty, and like I always say this, life will give you what you want. It will only give you what you want, or at least what you need, if you are honest about what it is that you need. If you're dishonest about it, then you will get that which you ask for. It's like if a child goes to his or her father or mother and says, "Hey, I want a new car, but I'm not gonna ask for it. So what I'm gonna say is, hey, I really want a new car, but I'm gonna ask for, I don't know, a scooter, right? You're gonna get the scooter, you know? Or like, perfect example is on Valentine's Day when the guys go and ask their girlfriends, hey, what do you want? And they say nothing, and they get nothing. Life is going to give you what you ask for. And if you're not honest about the things that you ask for, then you're inevitably going to be the one that is unhappy when you get the thing that you ask for. Because it doesn't matter what your intention is. It doesn't really matter what you really feel inside. It's about, can you realize what's in here into the outside world? Can you be honest enough with yourself and say, hey, listen, this is who I am and this is who I want, and how do I work, or how do I attain what it is that I want? And when you do that, you'll see a lot more of the things that you want out of life come to fruition, because those are going to be good things. And even God himself says, listen, seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, right? Which means he's going to give you the things that you want, if you're honest, number one, and number two, if those things are, righteous. If those things will help, glorify his kingdom. So guys, when that's the word I have for tonight. Like I said, I want you guys to learn how to be honest with yourselves, okay? Don't lie to yourself, because you know you're lying to yourself. Other people may not, but you know that you're the one lying to yourself. And at the end of the day, if you are trying to convince yourself of something that you know is not true, of something that is causing you great conflict, rather than deal with it, rather than accept the fact that this is an issue, we need to work on it, you're the only person that's going to be suffering, and you're going to watch others around you flourish. But if you're honest with yourself, if you do a little bit of digging, if you do a little bit of groundwork, you lay the foundation down, you start building on yourself, you start making changes, necessary changes to your life, then all of a sudden the things that you want out of life, the people that you want to be surrounded with, the relationship that you want to have will start forming, because you were honest, you were truthful as to what you wanted, and you worked and you walked in a direction and in the path that best led you to that lifestyle. As always, it's the Modern Philosopher. I'll see you guys in another video. Deuces.